What's up, CHFFL? Welcome to Week 9 of the 2021 season. Heading into the last week of Interleague play here. Everything is very interesting for the playoff picture in the CH Faculty Lounge Conference, and Grant has pulled within one place of a playoff spot in the CHFFL Show Conference as well. Let's wrap up Week 8 before we get to this week's predictions, which include another set of good games. I went 4-2 in my predictions last week, bringing me to 29-19 on the season. It was a very low-scoring week, a lot of surprises, a lot of unexpected bad performances from regular contributors, but Wes was one bright spot with over 150 points. He was our team of the week. Bannis edged out Max to get an important win for playoff implications as the game of the week. On waivers, with Derrick Henry going to IR, the player everybody was after was Jeremy McNichols. Stan managed to get one of the presumptive replacements for Henry at $43. The next bids were down in the 30s, including my own. Marty picked up Boston Scott after a big game filling in for Miles Sanders. I think it's a little tough to know who's going to be the lead back in Philadelphia every week, but at this point, running backs are hard to come by, so I like the aggression with Marty there. The next bid for him was a little bit lower, though. Wes grabbed Pat Freiermuth for $32 as a fill-in for Hawkinson, maybe some future value, maybe some keeper value. Nice pickup there. A few other people tried to get him. Now let's get into the matchups. As I said, everything is interleague this week. First, we have Wickers Knickers versus Silky Johnson. Max got 57 points, 40 from Jonathan Taylor alone on Thursday, and then 17 from Michael Pittman. Puts him up pretty big in this one. With Christian McCaffrey coming back, Chuba Hubbard maybe at the end of his role for Silky Johnson and Minnie. I'm taking Max to win this one, the big Thursday game. Kind of put it away already. Next, let's move on to Chuck Taylor Shamalamas versus Wayne Brady. Parker gets 26 from Wentz on Thursday, a good score from the quarterback. Calvin Ridley, though, we got that news. He's going to be out for some time. We don't know how much, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be at least a few weeks. Well, Devontae Adams is coming back, but he has no Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers, of course, just too busy being based and standing by his principles, so he has to sit out a little bit longer than other players would. JD gets 8 points from Pascal on Thursday. He's missing his normal Brady Godwin stack on the bye week, though. I think that makes this a little easier for Parker to get a good win going into the second round of league play. Next, Rick James Couch versus Mark's Poppin' to the Moon. Grant is coming off a big upset of Stan last week. Tyler Lockett is on bye, though. David Montgomery may be back, but he's probably going to be limited, and I don't think even if he were active, Grant could start him. Let's see how big Adrian Peterson ends up being as the other back who may be filling in for Derrick Henry. He was just picked up this week off of free agency, and he's 36 years old, but he's one of the all-time greats. Now for Mark, George Kittle is active for the first time in a while, but as Mike Gesicki already won the starting tight end job, it's going to be interesting to see who he decides to play there. I'm taking Mark here. You look at Mark's roster, it's just too much upside. Cooper Kupp has been insane this year, as has Jamar Chase, and then Keenan Allen is pretty much his wide receiver 3. That's insane. Next, we got Derek and my clip game champions against Bannis and Jason's Tyrone Bigum's Crack Stars. Only got 4 points from the Colts defense against the Jets, who I guess are like a good offense now. I feel like my defensive picks have been really bad this year. And the Clip Game champions are also in bye week hell with Swift and Terry McLaurin both over there. We left 27 points on the bench with Elijah Moore. And I mean, most weeks wouldn't have even been considered starting him. But with Swift and McLaurin out, I was back and forth between him and Edwards, so that feels bad. Bannis got 8 points from Jamison Crowder on Thursday. And now we're going to see Mark Andrews and T. Higgins facing their old team. Mike Evans is on a bye. I'm picking Bannis here. I think we should be able to keep this one close, but with two of our biggest weapons on bye, it just makes it a little hard. We're not that deep. Next, we have Wes and Genie's Bunch of Good Boys versus Marty's Clayton Bigsby's Tricksters. Wes obviously coming off a very hot week. He's been very up or down, and it makes sense. He relies a lot on that Mahomes, Tyreek Hill stack. Got 10 points from Michael Carter on Thursday. Not bad, I think a little below his projection. And we'll see how Pat Freiermuth does filling in for Hawkinson this week, if he can keep up kind of the pace of getting 12, 14 points a game he's had over the past 2 or 3 weeks. Marty's on a 2-game skid and starting to get a little nervous. He's still on top of the CHFFL Show Conference, but now other people are within striking distance. He is really having a bad week, though, with DK Metcalf, Antonio Gibson, Gronk are all on bye, and then Hopkins is questionable, probably going to be out or at least extremely limited. Because Marty is so banged up, I just can't pick him this week. I got to take Wes. Finally, our game of the week. Very excited for this one. We have Miss Neeson's Cookies versus Ashy Larry's Snake Eyes. Stan lost Derrick Henry. He's on IR and just got upset by lowly Rick James' couch team. And the league buzz is that he's going to be on a downturn. We'll see if he can prove people wrong this week. Is he going to set the right receivers? That's been a narrative all year with Stan's team. Is he picking the right guys to put in the starting lineup? And for Swan, Christian McCaffrey's going to be active. He may be on a snap count. I'm interested to see if Swan decides to play him, as he finds himself only one game above Grant and potentially risking making the playoffs at all. I'm taking Swan to win this one. Should be close, should be great. Would love to see this be our highest scoring game of the week. Both guys could use the win. Best of luck to everybody. We'll check back with you in week 10. We'll probably go over the results of Interleague play then. See ya.